What am I afraid of? There's two questions. What am I afraid of losing that I already have? I don't want to lose. What am I afraid of getting that I don't want? Or what am I afraid of not getting what I want that I don't have right now? All those questions are floating around the world right now in many, many different forms, not just to do with virus that's going on. There's so many different fears that are being fielded. Hiding your diamond, everybody's diamond. So your karma has to do with a lot of the world to start with, because everyone has the same things. It might be a different face, a different, feeling of not being worthy enough, or from, something you brought in from a past life that might be a trigger because you were really abused in a past life, and so you come into this world very wary of people that are abusive, but then you start attracting it because you're afraid of it. Because what you're afraid of, you end up actually resonating with and attracting it. That's why you've got to go for certain things. Be aware of your weaknesses, and we're going to do an exercise too to help you realize. We've done this exercise, I think, just once before, but for those that are new, it's something to be aware. Once you're aware of your weaknesses, sometimes that's all it takes, just being aware of your weakness, for it to be released, because it's a fear. And I'm not talking about weaknesses like, I can't swim like other people. You're not athletic. Who gives a shit? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about internal weaknesses, where you don't do something because you feel afraid or not worthy. That sort of weakness. Sometimes it's just a willpower weakness. That's not as bad. Eventually you don't eat the pizza every day. It's not as bad. I'm talking about the things where you get triggered. Okay, there are habits that are more material, that can be released really easily once you just do a new habit over and over again for 30 days, bam. But I'm talking about the things that go deeper. I'm not talking about I want to go on a diet and lose weight. Anyone can do that if they just do the thing, use their willpower enough for 30 days, anyone can accomplish that. I'm talking about deep hurts that trigger you. That's what I wish to be released from you. No more suffering. Because then when you go into your new life, you'll have all of these gifts that are flourishing. I want you to be awakened in this life. And then you can choose, your soul can choose to come back and assist others or go into a heaven plane. There's no limitations. It's all just a dream. All just a dream. So those two questions, what is a paradigm? It's just one of those old triggers, one of those bubbles around your diamond. And sometimes it's just as simple as an old habit where you've been weak. I don't exercise enough, I got really fat. Okay, well, big deal. You can exercise and lose the weight. For some people, it may be that it's not so simple. It might be a deep hurt within them, and they can't release that hurt, and that's why they can't release the weight. I'm not saying that some of those things aren't very, very challenging for people, and they're not very, very deep, but I'm just speaking about the deeper things. The things that you can overcome. The things that you have never been able to overcome, and if that is releasing weight, or it's something about getting a better job, or releasing the husband who's bashing you up, or something like that, that's different. That's harder. If it's deeply ingrained and you've got that fear where it just stupefies you and you can't move, that's where the light can help you. That's where meditation practice can help you. Awareness, however, is so important. I'm going to go into that in a little deeper, but right now what I want everyone to do is, this is not a negative practice, this is awareness. And as I said, just being aware of it, you may not be aware of it. I want you to do a little mind map for yourself. I don't need to show you, you're all intelligent, you know what to do. You write down, there's your soul. Write down a little circle on a piece of paper, and I want you to do a mind map, offshoot, where you know you're being triggered, where your weaknesses are, in other words. It's not saying you're weak, but the things where you're triggered. You just put, when I don't feel loved, maybe. Or you put, if somebody yells at me, I get really scared. You just start writing down where you feel your weaknesses are. And it may be that you really find it challenging to finish a project that you've started. And you can say, well, I'm not persistent enough. You just write down, and this is not to be negative. We're going to do another exercise in a minute to assist those ones to go, see ya, and to bring in the new. Just be aware of it. I'm not asking you to go deep, deep, deep and find out why originally. Therapy will help with that a little bit. But the thing about the light and meditation practice, once those things are dissolved, you don't have to go back that deep and put your hand in your heart and move out all the organs. You don't have to ruin yourself and become an absolute mess in order to be healed. The light dissolves it. It takes a while and you have to do the work as well, but it does work. In the end, you are not triggered anymore. You get to see. I see who my sister is. I see who my father is. The different people that used to trigger me, I love. I see the goodness in them. When I'm with them, that goodness comes out because that's what I see. That's what is created. With your world, with your mind, you create the world. Hello, Buddha. So let's do that right now with a smile on your face and maybe a nice cup of tea. Know that you are loved. It's all good. So once you've got that mind map done of all your negative weaknesses, you're not going to keep that mind map. You're going to create a new mind map and you're going to get a picture of a diamond and put your name and your new life. And then you're going to mind map out, okay, if your weakness was you're not persistent, you're going to put, okay, to be persistent, that means I have to be stronger. So I'm going to work out more. I'm going to use my willpower more. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to have light transmitted to me. I'm going to go to the mysticalexperience.com and watch all those free videos. Go to YouTube, watch Michelle Blood. Go to other people like Brazzo and Guruji and get more light transmitted to me everywhere. I'm going to learn how to become awakened. I know I can do this. I'm going to practice visualization. I'm going to begin each day. I'm going to write at least 1 page minimum a day, every day of my new book. I'm going to write a gratitude list every night because I'm obviously not being grateful enough in my life because I have old paradigms and you have to be grateful for things to shift. You've got to write down gratitude list every day of your life, preferably at night, and then you read it in the morning. The way the divine spirit works, when I say it goes before you to prepare the way, when you write a list, a daily list of what you're going to do the next day, the night before, as you're sleeping, this is what happens. This omniscient wisdom goes before you energetically and prepares the way to bring into your experience people, places, or things that are required for that thing that you wrote down that you are going to have accomplished the next day to assist you if other people, money, funds, ideas, opportunities, correct information are required to assist you to accomplish that thing. They will show up out of the blue. You might have written down, going to get my windows washed, and someone calls you in the morning, we are new window washers in your town, we're giving 50% discount. Crazy stuff happens, I'm just saying. write it down. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to be the one who does it. It might be someone that comes to you. You write down the night before the things that are going to be accomplished the next day. And then you write down your gratitude list, a minimum of 6 things. Include people. Just be grateful. Just be grateful. The more you're grateful, the more you have to be grateful for. The more you're grateful, the more you have to be grateful for. The more you're grateful, the more you have to be grateful for. The more you're grateful, the more you have to be grateful for and to. Be grateful. Shift will happen. Shift happens. I love that saying.